All right. So in today's lesson, Alex, we're going to talk about an article I found. Tokyo has transparent public toilets and they're awesome. Now, what is your first thought when you hear a transparent toilet? What is the first thing that you think about, Alex, when you hear transparent toilets?
My first thought when I hear about the transparent toilet
Mhm.
is we will not have uh,
Say the first word that comes to your mind. Say the first word.
not have oh my
Privacy.
goodness.
Privacy. Privacy.
Privacy,
Yeah.
and this is very embarrassing when you go to the bathroom or the
Okay.
restroom and you don't have privacy. It's something that really embarrassing.
Yes. And those are the words that really came to your mind first. Probably embarrassing. People can see me. So say the words that first come to your mind to allow your brain to be free instead of like, what? I want to say something. I want to say something. All right. So what happens is in this scenario, the problem in Tokyo, as I understood it, people did not want to go to the bathrooms because they were dark, dirty, and they were afraid, the women especially, were afraid that someone might be in the bathrooms. So now the bathrooms are well lit. And if you look closely, you can see that there's a sink and maybe, I don't know, a toilet for a man.
Yes.
And here's a sink. So you can actually see through these glass fixtures or these glass facilities. You can see through them and you can see that there's no one in there. You can see that it is clean.
Mm.
And when you go in, let's find out how they get their privacy. All right, let's read a little and see what happens to get the privacy. Public toilets, could you read that?
Yes. Public toilets are known for a number of things, and there are almost all bad. They are typically dirty, dirty,
Dirty. Mm-hmm.
dirty, smelly, and depending on where they are located, crowded, crowded. There's nothing worse than needed to use the restroom only to spot a public toilet and then walk up to see that is occupied. No, occupied.
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 Mm-hmm.
And Tokyo is working to solve some of these problems by renovating, renovating,
Renovating.
renovating those of public toilet locations around the Shibuya
Maybe it's
Shibaya district, and they hired professional architect architects to put their
Architects.
architects to put their own spin on things. The
Mm-hmm.
result: the first transparent public toilets in the city, and they are way cooler than you can imagine. Imagine,
Imagine.
sorry, sorry.
Okay.
And
So,
they are way cooler than you can imagine.
okay. So here it says public toilets are known for a number of things and they're almost all bad. So we know that no matter where the toilet is, whether it's in Brazil or the United States, people do not like outside toilets. They are typically dirty, smelly, and depending on where they're located, crowded. There's nothing worse than needing to use the restroom only to spot a public toilet and then walk up to see that it is occupied. So there are often times, even if I have to go to the restroom, I won't go. I'll wait until I get home. And in many instances, if you have to go, there's someone already in there being occupied.
Hmm.
Tokyo is working to solve some of these problems by renovating dozens of public toilet locations around the Shibuya district. and they've hired professional architects to put their own spin on things. The result, the first transparent public toilets in the city, and they are way cooler than what you can imagine. Now, here's what I know, that when you put a new spin on things, that just means to change it. To put a spin on things, it means to just change it around. So this is an idiom. Own spin on things. Spin on things is an idiom. It just means you're changing things around. And cooler, it just means that this is really cool. It's really nice. That's an idiom also. Transparent, I think you know that it means that you can see through. So we could see through those bathrooms. So what has happened is, instead of having toilets that are smelly and dirty and dark, in Tokyo, now they've had some professional architects to come in and change things around. Let's find out how they change these things around. Okay, so let's read this paragraph. The Tokyo toilet.
The Tokyo Toilet Project is an effort by the Nippon Foundation to revitalize, correct?
Revitalize.
Revitalize the commonly used public toilets in the Shibuya, and while each location will get their own unique twist. The transparent toilets that have appeared near the you I don't
Yogi, maybe Yoyogi, Fukamachi, Yoyogi, Fukamachi.
Yoyogi Fukamachi Mini Park and
Haruno Agawa. Those names are difficult for me too.
Haruno Hogaya Community Park are definitely getting the most attention from
Passerby.
Passersby. Passersby.
Okay, so here the Tokyo Toilet Project is an effort by the Nippon Foundation to revitalize the commonly used public toilets in Shibuya. And while each location will get their own unique twist, the transparent toilets that have appeared near the Yoyogi, Fukamachi Mini Park, and Haruno-Awaga Community Park are definitely getting the most attention from passers-by. Okay, the next paragraph.
As you can see above, the toilets are lined with transparent tinted glass. Offering would-be bathroom users a hint as to whether they are occupied or not. The real trick, however, comes when you are closed and lock the doors.
Okay, as you can see above, the toilets are lined with transparent tinted glass, offering would-be bathroom users a hint as to whether they're occupied or not. The real trick, however, comes when you close and lock the doors. So let's see what they look like again. So now we can see through them. We can see through the doors. And let's find out what happens in the next paragraph. Nobody wants
to have people watching them while they are doing their business. And these transparent toilets have a very interesting trick up their sleeves. Sleeves. When you lock the doors, the specialized glass panels turn opaque. preventing anyone from peeping inside. When the door is unlocked, the glass becomes transparent once again. Mm.
Okay, so that word is going to be opaque. Okay, nobody wants to have people watching them while they're doing their business. And these transparent toilets have a very interesting trick up their sleeves. When you lock the doors, the specialized glass panels turn opaque, preventing anyone from peeping inside. When the door is unlocked, the glass becomes transparent again. So this is what happens. Now we can't see anything. We can't see in the doors.
Oh,
You have to make sure that you lock the door so that nobody can see inside.
yeah,
So what do you think about that, Alex?
this is very funny. It's something that you are not expected to happen when you go to the bathroom. Imagine if the glass is transparent. It's
But
something that when you go to the bathroom, you don't expect that.
but isn't that better to be able to see that no one's in there? You can see, and you can see that the floors are not dirty and no one's in the bathroom.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
before you go in, you know that it's nice and clean.
yeah,
When you go in and you close the door, then that covering comes down or something happens. I'm not sure. I don't
yeah.
know. I would still be leery. You know what I would think? I would think that the software might not work. It,
Imagine, no, no.
well, it worked at the beginning when I went in and I locked the door. It worked, but then
Yeah.
something happened, and then it's just like I'm sitting there and I'm exposed and my privacy is gone. All right.
you you go to the bathroom and oh my goodness, I mean I don't know if everything is okay. I mean wonder under myself if anyone is seeing me here. Oh, I think it's not a good idea. I
Well,
am not going this kind of
yeah,
bathroom.
it would probably not be so embarrassing for men, but women, it would be quite embarrassing. All right. Well, Alex, thank you so much for today's class.
You're welcome.
It was my pleasure to have you talk with you, and let me know. I'm sorry about this morning about calling you. I was thinking that you said 7:30 and I didn't pay any attention to AM
No
PM.
problem.
Okay, so your classes will be in the PM. So did you want to have, do you know, you don't have to know when you want your classes, but if you do know, I'll go ahead and put them in my book, and then I can
Okay.
take them out. I can take them out. Do you know what days you particularly want to have class?
Yeah,
Tentatively?
I think it's always better on Monday. Monday is a good day for me.
Okay. Okay, just Monday then? Okay. And at this time, and you can always send me a message if you want to do it early. If I'm here, that'll be fine. Okay? All right. Well, I will send you the link. Some of the people will comment on the links for you, I think, and you can just comment back. Thank you.
Okay.
Take
Thank
care.
you very much for the pleasure.
Bye-bye.
Bye.